Some months ago, I had gotten an Action Fleet pod of the TIE Fighter. Now, I have this part here. I managed to get it off. I didn't know how it was connected. It's got these little friction nubs on there. So the entire thing is a clear plastic painted over, so I know it's pretty fragile. What had happened was, this one was just a trash component. Somebody was super rough, had tried using Gorilla Glue to fix this side joint, and this one was completely decimated. I don't know what happened to this. But the good thing was, fast forward, and I found another TIE Fighter that was going to be trashed. It is in perfect condition, except it is missing the front screen, the top, and the back engine component that also leads to the mounting area for the stand. I've never taken these apart, but I did remove this pretty successfully, so I know that's going to snap on fairly easily onto this. The good news is, this engine compartment that is part of the play feature that folds down like this also slides out. I noticed this early on my other ones, so that's going to be easy enough to replace on that one. Now the key is going to be whether or not I can get this thing off, but there's two screws right down in there, and I think I can get this off pretty quickly. Oh yeah, that one's already loosening. Perfect. This is probably my favorite thing I like doing. Now, hopefully the glue here on the side didn't mess things up. There's one screw. I don't know if the other one's come complete. It felt like it did. Oh, man, I have a feeling that because this side got glued over here, it's going to be really messy trying to get this off. And it's starting to go. There we go. Yep, that glue got in there just enough to cause some issues. It'll be interesting to see what the inside of this looks like. Oh, okay, so there's that. There we go. Oh yeah, that's going to be easy to replace. It's phenomenal. Yeah, no real damage. There's one notch right there on the side. Some writing there on the side I'd never noticed before. No, not writing. Just little details on there. It's in glorious condition. That's really, really good. Super happy about that. Oh, there goes the other one. Should have had my little, I just bought these little trays that have lips on it so nothing would run off my desk. Yeah, so this one looks like it might want to come loose. So the pod is completely separate in there. I'm not going to mess with this. I'm actually going to go ahead and put this back together. So, put this back where it is. So this one is unfortunately beyond repair, but I'm not getting rid of it. I don't do that with toys. I have no reason to use it for anything else than, the idea is I'm going to add it to the ceiling diorama I have. And now that it's a burned out husk, I'm basically going to maybe hang it like this, put a little bit of smoke coming out the front, something here. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it, but just make it look like it was a TIE Fighter that had been shot down by the other ships on the other side of the diorama, which are the Rebel ships. Okay, so this one, I have no idea. It had to have been broken out of the other one for this to occur. Like, I don't know how they got that thing out, because it's a hard plastic. It's not going back in there, so I don't know what happened here. This is an easy enough fix to put this on there, but the first thing I need to do is go ahead and get this opened up and get these wings off. I'm not much of a customizer when it comes to these things. I really appreciate and admire the work that people put into customs for this line, but these things have become exorbitantly rare, and I always freak out whenever I see, especially TIE Fighters. They were really common for builds. Now my question here is there something on here holding this on that's going to prevent me from getting this off? I don't know. I may stop the video here just so I can focus on this for just a second. Okay, so I just checked on YouTube real quick, and Kevin Tanner, who's one of the guys that runs one of the groups for Action Fleet and Galaxy, the Micro Galaxy collection, had a great video from about a year ago that talked about getting this thing up. And I figured, construction-wise, there was a screw underneath this. The problem is there's two pegs here. I'm not gonna lie, this is not for the faint of heart, so I had to switch to a much smaller head, and it's just literally getting it up underneath there. And you've got to be careful. I've already damaged it a little bit right here, which is all right. Make sure that's in the back of the wing. But it's just so touch and go. And every little snap I hear just makes me cringe a little bit. Because I'm not sure. Yeah, see that right there? That just broke off. So there is an inordinate amount of glue on here. So I'm gonna have to remember how this one goes back down on there for that side. Oh, Lord. Now I have to do the same with the other side. Okay, and this last one gave just enough. Oh my God, this is so nerve-wracking. Because a big part of me is like wanting to... Okay, that one came off. There's 2 pegs. You can see the amount of glue on there. Probably gonna have to put some more back on there, but I'm always terrified to do that. And a little bit of marring here on the shield now. That's unfortunate, but again, trying to think of the positive here. All right, so, all right, let's go ahead and get these wings off. So for all that pain, these are gonna come off, and I gotta make sure I don't get these things mixed up. These have a blunt end down at the bottom, and then that flange around the top. I can tell the difference between these two because this one definitely got messed up. That's okay though. So according to, oh yeah, that was easy. Okay. So let me try and remember what part is what on each one. Get this one off. Hopefully this will go pretty quickly here. Man, you know, that's always the danger too. Like this was fairly painless compared to some things. I watched retro blastings put together of the USS Flag, and I was literally at the edge of my seat. Call me a nerd, call me whatever you want to call me. It was just, oh man, that was so much easier to take apart with no glue being involved in there. Okay, so then this one, I believe, has a notch down here at the bottom. So, yeah, oh, that's wonderful. Doesn't rock or anything, doesn't spin because of that notch. Yeah, this is one of the few times I'm going to be able to take out this and really look at the detail in there. It's really nice. Yeah, it's very cool. Okay, so now that's on. So let's put this back on top. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, that's so cool. That's wonderful. Okay, so I'm gonna put that on there. And this was the one that went on this side. So, oh wait, I know what I want to do first. So that doesn't fall apart. Let me go ahead and put body screws back in first. So don't lose any of that. Tighten all that down first. Nice. I don't over tighten even on my Joes when I'm fixing it anymore. I just want enough that there's a little bit of friction. I mean, the tolerance of the older plastic, especially on Joes, would break. This stuff eventually may get, you know, brittle and stuff, but this is in really good condition. This really nice, good quality plastic on this. All right, so this is the wing here. And yeah, it's got notches on it, so just like that, it'll work. And then I'm gonna put this here. Slide in. So the setup, in case you guys are wondering, I have a setup that connects to my ceiling for my camera, so I can do this sort of stuff. It was originally meant for artwork, and oh yeah, look at that. So that was interesting. I don't want to take this one back off. Well, you know what? I don't want to take it back off. The other one had a slot on top and on bottom, and this one, so those wings are not interchangeable. That's interesting. Okay, well that was kind of cool. I have to go back and look at that again. So I was noticing that, and I wondered if there was any differences on the side, or if like people had run across that in customization issues. Get in there. Okay. Wow, just about 15 minutes total. I've edited out some. All right, so now what's left? I'm gonna go to the side that was broken, which was right there. put this component. Now, I don't think I'm going to glue this back on there, but what I am going to do is make sure. Wow, yeah, that's on there. And I mean, for the most part, once you get a distance away, you can't really notice it. Considering where it's going to be hanging on the ceiling, I'm not that concerned with it. And this one, the same thing. This one actually didn't have any damage on it, but I know that there's a way this goes on there because of the pegs. So, these pegs are this way. Do it this way? Yeah. I guess there is, no, it just goes either way. Oh, so satisfying. Oh, look at you. Look at you. All right, so this is the part that always makes me a little nervous. This older clear plastic stuff is the stuff that degenerates most quickly. But, yeah, there's 2 slots there. So, oh, there it is. I just got to slide it right back in the right place. See if it opens and closes. Yep. Just a little bit of a difference in tolerance. Not bad. But considering this is going to stay closed from now on, I think it'll be okay. I always get so nervous with this stuff, man. Just because I'm finagling it around like it's brand new. And once that's down, that's down. I'm not putting the pilots in it. And the coup de grace. That's freaking rad. Look at that. Oh, man, that's so wonderful. Now this becomes, yeah, this even could become part of a land diorama aspect, but because I'm doing so much with the ceiling, you know, that's kind of where it's at. So I'll have to figure out where this is going to go, but this now makes my 4th TIE fighter. No, 5th. This will be my 5th TIE fighter. This is great. This is great. And I'm so happy. So, you know, these are things you don't even see showing up at vintage stores or anything really. I happen to find, like, 2 of them I owned originally back from their original release because I really love TIE fighters. And I remember I was looking for the Defender because I'd heard about it, but I found another TIE fighter on clearance. And then I got one for $5, and then I got another one on trade, and then this one, these parts on trade. So that worked out really, really well. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the photos. The only thing that was nerve-wracking about this is peeling that off. And the crazy part is, with these smaller tips on here, I'll show you this real quick. I was looking at this, and it may just be because, you know, the component is really cheap or whatever. But no, not that one. What am I doing? Sorry. Go to the right flathead here. This sucker right here got bent by the plastic. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me see if I can zoom in here real quick. Look at that. Oh, stop shaking camera, sorry. Look at that. That was from the plastic, which means, one, this tool is either junk or the metal is just super soft, so it doesn't damage the component. But either way, that messed up the tip. But, you know, I'm not going to complain because a TIE fighter again. Another full TIE fighter and one for diorama use. So that worked out really, really well. And God, it's just wonderful. To finish off, I'm going to show where the other ones are here. He's going to be hanging up here with the rest of them. But here's what I have up so far. Here are some of the other TIE fighters I have, including a First Order, 2 TIE bombers, a couple of shuttles, 2 interceptors, and then Vader's TIE fighter, and this one. This was the one I got just a couple months ago as well, too. No, this is the one I found in storage. It doesn't really matter. They're all kind of interchangeable, but I put them in place so I'd remember. This was one of the first ones I bought. This is the other one. This is the one I got for $5, and then that was the other one I got in a trade. So this, and then all the rest of them were original ones that I had had, except for one of the TIE bombers, which I got from a buddy of mine for trade on artwork. But it turned out really, really cool. And basically they face off against the Rebel fleet on this side. That's all action fleet, or action force, action fleet, except for this one here, which is a 1978-79 release of the Y-Wing, which just happens to be in scale with the rest of my action fleet stuff. I love this one so very much. Thanks for watching, guys.